I've had the real pleasure to be part of Lake Huron Woods from its very inception back probably 20 years or more ago. And this is the next generation of Lake Huron Woods. What you're going to hear about today is a significant economic development expansion and service expansion for the residents and families of the greater Blue Water region. So again, thank you for being here today. We've got a number of people that you'll be hearing from, and we're going to start it off with Dick Smalden, who is a member of the Lakeshore Presbyterian Church, and he will lead us in a invocation. Dick?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Dick Smalden. I am an ambassador of God, representative of the clergy from Lakeshore Presbyterian Church. Thanks be to God that we all have a calling from Him to be here this morning. And we bow in prayer. Most gracious Heavenly Father, promise keeper, you chose us that we may bear fruit. You also said that without you, we could do nothing. Help us to be faithful at this place of work. Let everything we lay our hands on prosper. Lord, give us an excellent spirit that we may do exceptional work for the glory of your holy name. May we follow the path that you have laid for us so that we can find victory in your holy name. Let your love reign in our hearts and on this place. In your almighty name, we believe and pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Dick. And before Dick joined the Lakeshore Church, he was a long serving member of the First Presbyterian Church in downtown Port Huron. And Dick, did I understand that you have a CPA by background?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're retired CPA. So if you're looking for any tax advice, we have had an outstanding partnership, truly a partnership, with Fort Gratiot Township from the beginning. When the local volunteers from the community were looking for a site to build Lake Huron Woods, they looked at dozens and dozens of pieces of property all around Port Huron. And when they came to this particular site in Fort Gratiot Township, began having conversations with the leadership of the township, and it has always been very, very positive, very helpful, very supportive. And we're so happy today that the supervisor, the long-serving supervisor of Fort Gratiot Township, Rod Crawford, is here to bring greetings on behalf of the township. Mr. Supervisor.
Well, thank you, Roger. I think you were here with me when we broke ground for the facility behind us. And we have had a long relationship with the facilities here and the future developments. And I have been a part of that since being a clerk back in 2002 and then becoming supervisor in 2019. But I'm looking forward to this development to the west here as being a beautiful site for people to have their retirement. I actually met up with an employee with St. Clair County last week, and they indicated that they were going to retire at the end of this year, and said, I have my name on one of those cottages that they're going to build here. You know, I've kind of described the area as being probably as close to being up north as you can live, because you're going to have to probably chase the turkeys off the sidewalk in order to go for a walk. So again, congratulations on making this this development a reality and success in the future.
What we're celebrating today is a great collaboration of many, many organizations. And the next person that I'm asking to come up is the Executive Director of Region 7 Area Agency on Aging, Bob Brown. Bob Brown made a commitment to bring PACE to the Blue Water region, Sunrise PACE. Bob and I have known each other for a long time, started back down in the Wayne County area, but he's been heading up Region 7, Area Agency on Aging, which covers a very large area across the thumb and into mid-Michigan. And Bob, why don't you come forward, bring greetings, and you've got an important introduction to make. Bob Brown.
Thank you, Roger. And I'd be amiss if I didn't say the mission of this campus is to take care of seniors and allow them to age with dignity. Region 7 has many, many programs and departments. Sunrise PACE is one of those. And to speak about PACE and how it blends in with this beautiful community, can you imagine? Not just affluent seniors, but other seniors, and you're going to hear people living on this beautiful campus. Just listen. I can hear the birds, and so can the residents, and that's very important to quality of life. But Michelle Vilas is out, and she is the actual director of Sunrise PACE, so I will let her say a few words of how that collaboration works with housing. So, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Michelle, I'm the Sunrise PACE Director. You guys all drove by our beautiful building that we've had the collaboration with for both PVM and PACE. It has been a beautiful collaboration. You guys will see as you're leaving here today, the residents actually go back and forth between the two buildings, and they come to us during the day for day services, and then they're here at PVM to live and enjoy the nature and everything that happens out here. PVM has been great at Lake Huron Woods. They support us 110%. And it's been a great partnership between the two. So I encourage everyone to come over to PACE. It's a program for all-inclusive care for the elderly. The two match beautifully, and it is a beautiful campus for everyone to share the next phase of their life with us.
Michelle is also serving as a member of the board for Lake Huron Woods. And just a couple of other comments about PACE. So if you think of someone that would be very frail and facing the prospects of having to go to a nursing home, now in the Port Huron area there is an alternative. It's an important alternative. You know, most people, even if you think of the very nicest nursing home around, and there are some nice nursing homes, if you think of the nicest nursing home you can imagine in your head, and then ask yourself the question, do you want to live there? Most people would say, no thank you. And now in Port Huron, in the Blue Water region, there is an alternative, and that is PACE. So for those frail people that face the future of living in a nursing home, they should consider PACE. And so I would encourage you, if you've not visited PACE, to do so. Michelle, would they even be able to stop by on the way out if they have some time? Is that okay, Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right. So, just PVM is a real big supporter of PACE. We're involved with PACE Southeast Michigan, in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb County, PACE Central Michigan in the Mount Pleasant area, and we're just now starting a PACE program in Alpena. And we're very supportive of Sunrise PACE. And we thank Bob Brown and the board of Region 7 for having the vision to bring PACE to this community. It's really important. So, an extremely important partner in this whole development. And actually, I would say I would give him credit for getting Lake Huron Woods started thinking about the future. Because Lake Huron Woods has been here for quite a while. But it wasn't until Jim Dewey, the executive director of the Port Huron Housing Commission, and he's also leading several other housing commissions in the area. When Jim and the board chair of the Port Huron Housing Commission called and said, we'd like to talk with you about possibly doing something that they had heard about that we did in Detroit, that began a process that we're celebrating today. And so Jim Dewey, would you please come forward and tell a little story, if you would, about how that all got started.
Thank you, Roger. Yes, actually it started in, if you can believe this, we'll take you down history here. 2017, I was at a national conference in Pittsburgh, and a model similar to this was discussed at that session. I talked to our board president about it. He said, hey, we need this here in our county. How do we do it? So we talked about it a little bit, and then I reached out to the folks who had that session, and they said, you need to talk to Presbyterian Village of Michigan. They had a program in Detroit at Tomei Rivertown, and here we go. We talked to Roger. Next thing you know, Roger and I, Bob Brown, and our board president met in Detroit, toured their site, and I believe that was March 28th of 2018. So again, this is taking a while to get here. So, and I want to thank those two individuals tremendously for coming to the table to discuss this issue, what we can do in our county for our seniors and our most vulnerable seniors. We just know that affordable housing for them and affordable health care is an issue. So we wanted to crack that nut. So I want to thank them. I want to thank my board, the Port Huron Housing Commission, for their support throughout this, my staff at Port Huron Housing Commission, to picking up a lot of things that I have set aside and to help push this along as well. Because I am very, very excited that today we get to turn some dirt here behind us to kick off this truly affordable housing and truly affordable medical facility here on the campus. Thank you.
So can you imagine, so Jim is in Pittsburgh at a conference, and he comes away and wonders, can we do that in Port Huron? And then he meets up with Bob Brown, PVM, and here we are today. There's PACE now in Port Huron, and there's going to be more affordable housing here in the Blue Water region. Amazing. So I'm going to ask Ian Wiesner to come forward, and Ian is our Vice President of Facilities Advancement, and Ian is going to introduce you to some of the members of the development team. And maybe Ian, you could also maybe make reference to this site plan here and what's going to be happening.
Sure. Sure. Thank you, Roger. Yeah, really exciting to be here today. And as you've already heard, this is a development and a project that took the partnership of many folks. And you know, in addition to our partners here in the Port Huron Housing Commission, MISHDA is a key partner in providing us with the tax credits that we need to do this development. We want to thank our architects, Fusco, Schaefer, and Pappas. We have Jim Pappas and Ken Alder here, really critical to the design and to helping us move this project forward. In addition to that, our general contractors, G. Fisher, I think I saw Josh Fisher come in, really great partners that are going to help us build a really terrific community here. In addition, there's a lot of, because we are dealing with wetlands here, and this is a sensitive area, a lot of work to be done on the environmental side. ASTI, Tom Wackerman, and David Amir, key partners to us, along with Huron Ecologic. Bill Collins also has played a critical role in helping us navigate and make sure that we are protecting the wetlands here around us. In addition to that, Ethos Development was a key partner in helping us conceive and get this development through the pre-development process, working with MISHDA. Our banking partners, PNC and River Hills Bank, who you'll hear from in a moment, really stepped up. This, you know, in an area like this, that's a little more out of the way. You know, a lot of the banks and financing partners are focused more on Detroit metro area, and to have partners that came out with us and saw the vision and saw the need here was really an important important partners. So what we're doing here, we're going to be creating an apartment building that will look somewhat like our existing building here. That will be just up the road here, and then we'll be creating also 45 units of cottages. So also we have 12 now back behind the building that folks may have seen. We're going to be adding 45 more, and so a total of 90 new units here on this campus that will enhance the campus, provide housing to more folks, and with the access to the PACE here. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to all of our partners, and I'll hand it back to Roger.
Thank you, Ian. And Ian, you might have mentioned Kevin Petru, but if you didn't, I'm going to give him another shout out. Kevin's been working on this development for a long time, so we're excited. Ian referred to River Hills Bank. This is a new relationship for PVM, an important relationship. And we have Alex Norris here from River Hills Bank to bring greetings. This is, again, extremely important to get the financing. And Alex, would you please come forward?
Good morning, everybody. As Roger said, I am Alex Norris. I am the VP of Treasury Management at River Hills Bank. We are a very small and very weird bank based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Roger did advise me to not let anyone know who my college football alliances lie with. My message today is just one of appreciation. It takes so many parties, so many teams to even dream up a project like this, much less two. We are helping 90 seniors get affordable housing in the state of Michigan. That is fantastic. We are an absolutely mission-motivated bank. We actually use 75 cents of every dollar to fund affordable housing projects. So, Roger, to you and your team, thank you for all that you do. We are so blessed to be a partner in this project. And as much as I hate saying it, go Big Blue.
That's the right thing to say here. Although there are some green and white folks that are here as well, right? So, we're all in. Ian mentioned the MSHDA, the Michigan State Housing Development Authority. You know, very, very important partner in this development. They allocate tax credits across the state of Michigan. It's one thing to get allocated tax credits. It's another thing to secure a tax credit equity investor. And we have that in the form of PNC Bank. A very large bank, very active in the tax credit space. And I believe this is the first tax credit deal that PNC has partnered with PVM on. So PNC is the limited partner, or their fund that has bought the tax credits is the limited partner, and the co-general partners are the Port Huron Housing Commission and PVM. And so on behalf of PNC Bank, we have Todd Crimweed here. And Todd, would you please come up and bring some remarks from PNC Bank?
Thank you, Roger. As Roger mentioned, Todd Crumweed, Senior Vice President of PNC Real Estate's Tax Credit Solutions team. And I'm doing some damage up here already. I will be brief. I just wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate PVM, the Port Huron Housing Commission, and all the partners involved. We are extremely proud to be a partner in this development, very impactful development as you've heard and everyone has mentioned thus far. PNC was involved in the overall development by purchasing tax credits provided by MSHDA, which will generate a little over $10 million in equity investment. We are an active equity investor in the state of Michigan and throughout the country. And I always say this, coming to events like this just makes our jobs so much more worthwhile. Having sitting at a desk and really working through the financing of an overall development for months at a time, and in many instances years at a time for PVM and all the partners involved. To come out to see an event like this just really puts an impact on what we do to provide safe and affordable housing for seniors here in the Fort Gratiot area. And we are extremely proud to be a part of it, and congratulations to the overall development team. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. And just so that none of you think that from Pennsylvania or from Ohio, they make the decisions and do a Zoom meeting. There is a tremendous amount of due diligence that financial partners make in visits to the community, to the greater community, to this community, to assess, is this where they want to place their funds? And again, as that was going on, we were working closely with them, and we appreciate the partnership. Now we're going to hear from the Blue Water Chamber of Commerce. So this is not the Port Huron Chamber of Commerce. This is the Blue Water Region Chamber of Commerce. And Thelma Costello is going to bring greetings. Thelma, come right on up, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Roger. I'm the president and CEO, and I want to really celebrate how exciting it is for our county to have another development that's going to help our seniors, as Jim mentioned. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Scott Crawford, who runs our Council on Aging. Great chamber member over there. He does a lot for our seniors in this area, and what a beautiful campus for our area. This is not going to only help people in Fort Gratiot, but it's going to help the entire county in terms of being able to have affordable housing. And to be honest with you, when I thought we were going to do this in October, I thought, wow, we're really taking a chance. But obviously we brought the great weather, because the Chamber of Commerce always does. So congratulations, everyone, and thank you for being in our county. We really appreciate it, Roger.
Thank you very much. We are thrilled to be here. And this is almost a $40 million additional investment that's going to bring more residents to the Blue Water region, and more staff members and families and visitors. So it's going to be great for so many different parties. And thanks for introducing Scott Crawford. Scott, thank you for being here today. Much appreciated. Scott was part of those original discussions too, so it wasn't just Bob Brown and Jim Dewey, but Scott was right there at the table along with others in the community. So each of our communities has a local governing board, and Lake Huron Woods is no exception. So the person you're going to hear from next is the chairperson of the Lake Huron Woods board. He also has got a lot of background in construction, and he serves on the Presbyterian Villages of Michigan System Board. And I was thinking, Dave, earlier, because you served like 9 years, and you went off, and then you served some more, and then you went off, and now you're back again. So Dave is back on the PVM board and chairing the Lake Huron Woods board. Dave, come on up. The neighbor, he only lives 7 minutes from here.
That's right, Roger. I've been coming to Port Huron and Fort Gratiot for over 60 years. We vacationed every summer here, and I do have a cottage. It's a year-round home, but a cottage right there on the lake. I love it up here. As Roger said, my name is Dave Imish, and I have the privilege of serving on Lake Huron Woods Board as the board chair. Today is a big day for us, a future brick-and-mortar milestone for our community. This is a result, as you've heard, of a collaborative planning effort that's taken many years. Lots of hard work and coordination by many partners, many of them that are here today. Over the years, many of us have envisioned the potential for additional affordable housing in Fort Gratiot area. Thankfully, enough of you believed in that also, and you helped get this done for us, for our community. We're also here today because of the vision of PBM Foundation and the Port Huron Housing Commission. They had that same vision to provide a much needed additional housing services here for us in Fort Gratiot. This project will provide residents of Fort Gratiot with affordable housing and give them options so that they stay in our city with healthcare services when they need them. As a board, we see the expansion on a much broader context. It's an essential part of a more significant effort to connect our community through strategic development and provide economic development for Fort Gratiot. We continually focus on delivering reliable and affordable service to our residents. And this new addition in Lake Huron Woods is going to allow us to continue that. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing our community thrive and prosper in our years ahead. As many of you know, this is a historic moment in the capital and construction marketplace. I thank all of the PVM members involved in this project, the PVM Foundation, the Port Huron Housing Authority, the state, the city officials that have helped us, the many benefactors that have been involved with us, and the residents of our community here to help us realize this vision of affordable housing for our seniors in Fort Gratiot. I want to thank our architects and planners, Fusco, Schaefer, and Pappas, Jim Pappas and Ken Alder, for their skills in putting together this building program for us architecturally, planning it out. They've been with us on many of our projects, and I know you'll be extremely pleased when you see the development come together. I also want to thank our general contractor, G. Fisher Construction Company. They took on the responsibility to provide this building program on time and on budget. However, I'd like to see it under budget and ahead of time. So Josh, Wes, Tom, if you're out there, that's what I'm thinking. Thank you all for taking the time out today and being with us for this great, momentous occasion. Thank you.
I like the sound of that. Under budget and ahead of schedule. That's excellent. Excellent. Thank you, David. Ken Hollowell. Ken is the chair of the PVM Facilities Advancement Committee, and Facilities Advancement is our term for development. So all of the developments going on around the state come under Ken's responsibility in that committee, and Dave serves on that committee as well. Ken, thank you for being here today. So the next person, a very important person who really runs the day-to-day operations and who is the person, the go-to person on this campus, Jennifer Loshaw. Jennifer, come on up here. Jennifer, how long have you been here? About is it a year now, or almost a year? Jennifer. She's the person that you would want to talk with about applications for any of the ranch homes and anything else on this campus.
We'd be more than happy to provide you with a home. I just want to thank all of you for coming to show your support for our expansion. This community, Lake Huron Woods, has the most amazing residents. Serving the residents here is such an honor, whether it's bingo, which is resident hosted, our annual garage sale, or one of our holiday buffets. Being able to watch our residents enjoy their home is such a blessing. I absolutely cannot wait to have other seniors in our community be able to join the lifestyle Lake Huron Woods has to offer. This addition of more independent senior housing will allow us to serve even more seniors in our community. The excitement to have these additional units when housing is such a need in our area is overwhelming. I absolutely cannot wait to have other seniors in our community be able to join the lifestyle Lake Huron Woods has to offer, and the support of our donors, board, residents, family, friends, and team here at Lake Huron Woods is humbling.
Watching the community come together to provide what I feel is such a wonderful place to call home. It's inspiring. I cannot wait to watch our community grow. Again, thank you for helping us make this happen and for your continued support.
In not even quite a year, Jennifer has made an incredibly important positive impact on this community, and we all felt so good with her coming on board and the leadership that she's providing. So Jennifer, we really appreciate you being part of the team. You came at the right time. Yeah. Absolutely. Jennifer and Dave alluded to donors and philanthropic support, and I understand that, Michelle, I understand there are some flyers that for folks that would like to consider purchasing a commemorative brick. You can do that in honor or in memory of somebody. But philanthropy has been really important to this effort, and we've been blessed with support from the Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation. They made a major gift that helped support Sunrise Pace. We had support from the Tomei Foundation. We've had local support, including support from the James Atchison Foundation, and again, many, many other donors. Jim Dewey has headed up our campaign efforts, which are ongoing. We can see the finish line. You know, we're not there yet, but we can see the finish line, right, Jim? Right. Okay. We're taking checks. We're taking checks. Okay. And all of that is being done to serve individuals like our last speaker, and that is the president of the Lake Huron Woods Resident Council, Julie Allen. Julie, would you come on up and bring some remarks?
I usually have a remark or two.
Okay, here you go. Would you like to hold the mic?
Oh, that's fine. Good morning, everybody. I'm Julie Allen, and I've been here at Lake Huron Woods for almost 2 years. When I came here, I thought, oh, is this what you are going to be doing for the next how many years? And I really had a hard time adjusting, actually. But I have, and I love it here. Jennifer and all of the staff, Lori, Chris, everybody, Deborah, they make our lives happen. And it is just a pleasure and an honor to be here. So I'm getting used to it, and I'm getting ornery, and now I'm on the now I'm going to be on the resident council board, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't have much to say about the board quite yet. This happened just a week and a half ago, so maybe next time. But I have to say that before I was forced to retire, I worked in the housing business. And I happened to work for Safe Horizons, and most of you know who Safe Horizons are. Back in the early 2000s, when all of the housing grants were coming to St. Clair County. Safe Horizons had, when I left, we had 75 slots for persons who are homeless, who suffer from domestic violence and sexual assault, with mental health, and of course our seniors. So, you know, back in the day when all of these housing grants were coming, we kept saying we need senior housing. We just didn't have it. And when I started to look for senior housing, I thought, oh, where am I going to go? There's not many. There's waiting lists, and it's just terrible. So I happen to remember that I read an article in the Times-Herald about this project, and that was a couple of years ago. So when I came here, I thought, oh, well, where's it at? I didn't realize this thing takes as much time as it actually takes. But it does, so now I'm going to be rather patient about it. But it's a great place to live, and there is such a need, and I'm sure there's more of a need now than there was in 2010. And I'm so happy to be a part of this, even if it's just being a resident. I just love the fact that affordable housing is continuing to grow in our community. Thank you. I don't know. You're really
I do just want to correct one thing, and then when you said just a resident, there's no such thing as just a resident. You're the reason, on behalf of all the people that we serve here, the PACE participants, the residents, that's why we're all here today, to celebrate you.
Thank you. Thank
you. Yeah. And so, Julie, I'm going to ask all of the speakers that were involved this morning to join Julie right behind me, and she and everyone else is going to participate in breaking the ground here behind us. And the shovel that Julie is going to use is actually a shovel that's been used since 1954. Now, PVM started back in the early 1940s, but in 1954, this shovel was used for some groundbreaking in Redford Township. And Julie, you're going to use it here in Fort Gratiot Township to break ground on this project. So come on all up, all the speakers come on up, and we're going to break ground. We also have a reporter here from the Times Herald, Julie, so you might want to talk to her.
No.